What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this round one NBA playoff game 3 matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. All right, so this game will be played 6 p.m. East Coast time. Line did open up over under at 205, Miami plus 8.5. The line has since moved to over under 204.5, and then Miami plus 9.5. All right, so let's take a look at this matchup. Last time they met, all right, Miami won 111 to 101. Now, all eyes will be on the 3-point line on Saturday when Miami hosts this top-seeded Boston Celtics team in Game 3 of their first NBA playoff series game in Miami. All right, now in Game 1 on Sunday, Boston, dog walked them, 114 to 94. Celtics made 22 three-pointers, shooting 44.9% from deep. Miami made just 12 three-pointers, shooting 32.4%. All right. Now, in Game 2 on Wednesday, Boston kind of came back down to earth, man. All right. Miami prevailed in that 111 to 101, tying the best of 7 series 1-1. The Heat made 23 three-pointers, setting a franchise postseason record, and they shot 53.5% from deep. Boston made just 12 three-pointers, shooting 37.5%. Okay, I mean, when you look at the fact that Jimmy Butler has been hurt, and this just happened, and he's still hurt, all right, and then you got players like Terry Rozier still definitely out indefinitely. Josh Richardson's out. Kevin Love is probable. He's still tending to a left arm contusion, but it's anticipated that he will suit up in Game 3. And Wright's dealing with a personal matter, and it's unknown if he's going to actually be out there for this matchup, you guys. But when you look at just how Coach Spoelstra is coming out, right, and he's doing what they do, man. It's a Heat culture. I can't get it. Nobody can get it. They play way above they punch way above their weight, man. Consistently, the Miami Heat punch way above their weight. Okay, and there's a few reasons for that. Okay, when you're talking about this Miami Heat team, you're talking about a team that consistently goes out there and plays defense. Okay, first quarter their defense is number 4 in the NBA. Second quarter, number 6 in the NBA. All right, so first quarter they give up 26.9 points per game. Boston averages getting 31.5 points per game in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, Boston averages getting 31.4 points per game, and Miami averages only giving up 27.3. That is the number 6 defense in the NBA. And then Boston starts to fall off. They fall to the number 12 offense and the number 16 offense in the third and fourth quarter. They only score 28.9 points per game, and in the fourth, they only score 27.7. Whereas Miami, they just get better. In the third quarter, they only give up 26.9 points, and in the fourth quarter, they only give up 26.8. Now, Boston does have some pretty good defense, man, and that's where they get a chance to kind of get off on Miami, and why this total has gone down the way it has gone down. Okay, because Miami's offense is sporadic at best. It's hit or miss, man. Okay, they only score 27.9 points per game in the first quarter. Boston only gives up 27.1 points, so they should be able to get to their 27. In the second quarter, Miami only scores 28.4, which is 19th in the NBA again. Thing is, Boston is the 10th best defense in the second quarter, and they actually give up 28 points. So they should be able to get to their points there. Then let's look at this other one, right? Third quarter, Miami scores 27.5 points. That's 25th in the NBA. Boston has the number 5 defense in the NBA, and they give up that almost exact same number at 27.2. So that's what keeps Miami in this game. I understand that a lot of us, of the outsiders that don't pay attention to the games and don't look at these numbers, are like baffled on how a team like Miami can come out and do what they just did against Boston. Well, this is how. And then in the fourth quarter, now Boston does have the second best defense in the NBA, only giving up 26 points per game. But Miami, with the 28th worst offense in the NBA, they score 25.8, so they can get to their 26. this game basically can be Miami does have a chance. This is basically what I'm saying. Miami has a really good chance. Okay, uh, but you also have to understand that on the season, Boston, and in this situation, especially in the last 10 matchups, okay, Boston runs the series 7-3 straight up. Miami runs it against the spread though. Miami is 6-4 against the spread in the last 10, and it's been 4 to the over and 6 to the under in the last 10 times these teams have played. Okay, now as far as this season's concerned, they've played 5 times. Okay, and of course Boston won 4. 4 out of the 5. They basically have been beating up on them all season, but Miami stays within number, man. Miami covered first time they played this season when Miami was getting the 9. And then Boston covered the next time they played. Then Miami covered the next time they played. Then Boston covered the 14.5. Then Miami covered the 14. So if you see, there's a pattern here with exactly how this coverage goes, you guys. They go back and forth, right? It's not anybody consistently. And then when the over-unders for this season, okay, so it's gone over 3 times this season and under twice. And the 2 times, one time it went under in Boston, which was game 1 of the series, and then the other time it went under in Miami. Now, the last 10 games that Boston was out there on the court, though, Boston was 7 to the over and 3 to the under. That's important because Miami in their last 10 was also 7 to the over and 3 to the under. Okay, so understanding those patterns, let's look at how they actually do against the spread and in this situation. So as home on their home court, they're 23-19. All right, straight up. Boston's 27-14 on the road, though. All right, and as an away favorite, Boston's 26-12 straight up. As a home underdog, Miami has never won. Miami is 0-10 this year straight up as a home underdog. Now, against the spread as a home underdog, Miami is 1-9. So they've only covered 1 time all season long as a home underdog. All right, and as an away favorite, Boston's 18-17-3. All right, so does Boston cover? Like, it's 50-50 chance, but 90% chance that Miami does not cover. That's just what the numbers say. You know, don't argue with me. Argue with the numbers and the situation. Okay, and then when you look over under wise, okay, as a home underdog, okay, Miami's 4 to the over, 6 to the under. Whereas as an away favorite, Boston's 20 to the over and 18 to the under. Okay, all of that's important because it lets you understand how the game flow could possibly go between these two teams. They do have patterns that they adhere to. Everyone has patterns that they adhere to. You just got to be able to read it into the numbers, guys. All right, so in the last 3 games, Boston scoring 115.7 points per game, but giving up 109. Whereas Miami is scoring 105.7 and giving up 102. Okay, in this current situation, Boston on the season scores 118 points per game and gives up 110. And at home, Miami scores 112 points and gives up 109.8. All right, so just understanding everything that I just gave you, and knowing that the Heat have lost each of their last 13 games as home underdogs. All right, the Heat have failed to cover the spread in 11 of their last 12 games as home underdogs. 7 of the Heat's last 8 home games against Boston, not against Boston, but against Atlantic Division opponents have gone over the total points line. And then when you're talking about the Celtics have won each of their last 8 Saturday road games. Celtics have covered the spread in each of their last 6 Eastern Conference road first round games as favorites following a loss. And each of the Celtics' last 7 night games against Southeastern Division opponents have gone over the total points line. So, what do I like? I liked Boston when it was at the 8.5. I could still give up 9, maybe. You know, I do anticipate Miami to come out here and fight. This is definitely a good in-game live bet. opportunity here for you, just because of the fact that you can kind of see the game flow, and you can get that spread at a little lower number, most likely, depending on when you jump in. I also definitely am feeling the Celtics over the 105.5. I believe they're going to put up that kind of number. I don't think they're going to have the same night that they just had. And I don't think that Miami's going to shoot the way they just shot. Now, is it possible? Yeah, Miami beat them last year, and they tried to teach the world a lesson. All right, but I'm not sure how that's going to play out. That's why I'm definitely locking in that over 105.5 for the Celtics. But it all depends on Jason Tatum. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jason Tatum can't come out there and do what he consistently does in the playoffs, which is like lay down, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say he's a lay down artist, but like, you're the best player on the team, and the only one that comes out and fights is on a consistent basis is Jaylen Brown, and he's the second best player on the team. But Scottie Pippen can't be doing Michael Jordan stuff. Michael Jordan has to do Michael Jordan stuff, and that's what Jason Tatum's gonna have to come out here and do, man. Now, does Miami have a chance to cover that? Yeah, I think they could cover the 9.5. I think if I was to go ahead and buy a couple points and put 12 on there and put that at 12 or 10.5 points, or 11 points, yeah, I'm taking Miami with that many points. At home, even though the fans don't show up until late, okay, it's still the fact it's a playoff game, and the environment and all that stuff there. All right. Plus, like I told you before, against the spread in this current situation, Miami's 1-9. 1-9. And Boston, they're just barely over 500 at 18, 17, and 3. So like I said, guys, okay, understand how these things go, understand the numbers, understand why I tell it to you, and hopefully it'll help you get to the window, man. I pray y'all have a blessed day, stay safe, and I'm going to holler at you. Peace.